Welcome to this week's Code Cookie. I'm going to demonstrate a new feature this week. We call it form functions. And without further ado, we just jump into it and it will probably explain itself, I hope. Let's say you have a JavaScript that you use often, and we can take this script for instance, order details HTML, which will take all the fields and the stuff you filled out in those fields and summarize it in a HTML object or a HTML string that you can use to send as a part of an email or something in the workflow after you have submitted the order. I'm just going to copy this. No, I'm going to copy this because that's the old function. No, copy this part. And I've created a small service here with some pre-filled values, and we'll implement this JavaScript here. And this was part of a previous code cookie, so if you want more information on how to implement this JavaScript, go and revisit that video. And this is how the video look, or how the service looks. And perhaps if I just want to use this function, I do something like that. I put an empty hidden field and some JavaScript here, and I just paste that in here, which will make this function available in this later in this client session. So I just refresh here and I write get order details. Okay, it's not defined anymore. Okay, so it doesn't live outside of this context apparently. I can just copy it and paste it in here, and I can run it here instead. So this is the output of it, and typically you want to bind this to a variable, and once the form is submitted you call this function and set the value, and you set that value in that variable, so like that. And then you can use the JS variable in the workflow to present the form. But instead of doing this, we can do it in the new way. So let me show you that. We have something called form functions here now. Let's create a new one. So what I'm doing here is that I'm defining my JavaScript centrally, so I can reuse them in all my services later. So this will make the scripts more maintainable. So if I need to do changes, I can do it in one place, and we can work a little bit more with it. You can even use the API to upload new versions, and that way you can get use your own tools to write your JavaScript, and then have some kind of build workflow perhaps, or pipeline where you publish it to Zervicepoint. I'm just going to call this namespace or class set custom Erik, and I can have my functions in here. I'm going to copy that function, go back here, see if I can fix how it looks. That's probably good. Let's do it this way. I think that's okay actually. Let's save and see if it works. Oh, okay, it doesn't like that. So let's go switch it around. I probably need to do this as well. And we save. That's good. We go back to the service. And now we go in here again. And we can see that we have this little text here. Click here to select one or more JavaScript classes to include. And we have our JavaScript in here. So I should be able to just delete this and auto submit. I should get IntelliSense here as well. Show real values, false. And that's enough actually. And we can actually do, just to illustrate this, we could add a JavaScript here. Yeah. We can log that out. And as you see, we get the result out here. Just a bit cleaning up. So that's nice. Now I can use my centrally managed JavaScripts this way. Let's go back to the form functions page. So we can have any number of classes here, and we can choose to we can download our classes, and it will create a zip file out of all of them, and we can upload JS files through here as well, delete, and so on. And we can delegate as well. So if you are a service provider and you want to have, and you have multiple customers and multiple stores under you, we can actually have all the JavaScript located centrally, or all the functions located centrally. And you can delegate them to all the stores. So let's have a quick look on that as well. I'm going to add a new store, calling it Erik. I'm just going to steal some configuration here. We could perhaps go with this one. No, I don't think we need that one. Let's try without. And trusted issuers. Okay, we need that to be able to log on. Here. Worker authentication. Let's go with key. We don't need that, but just click through. We need an administrative role. I'm going to say that everyone is at our admins. And I think that's good. Let's try it. That works. And if I'm looking here, I create a service. and I just add the text field to access the form functions. And we have 0 form functions here. If I go back here and go to form functions, I choose to delegate. I see the newly created store here, so I can select that and go apply. You can see that we successfully applied the delegation. Go back to this store. Let me save and publish. Edit JavaScript. And now we have access to that class here as well. And if I were an administrator of this tenant and I were to create my own class with the same name, exact same name, my local or this store's form function would override the central one. So that's perhaps important to know as well. Okay, so that was what I was going to show you this week, and we might have reasons to return to this in a follow-up video later. But thank you for watching and have a great rest of the week.